get it all day, every day in, day out, night in, night out. I've had guys have their legs broken. It's horrendous, some of it, yeah.
Missiles are thrown. They're threatening to run them over. This is not what you go to work to encounter. You go to work to do your trade.
It's a horrible problem, and when you look at the guys that work in industry, the physical injury they have, the mental abuse they get, it's going up. It's an accepted part of being a road worker that you will be abused by the public for doing your job.
Land Rover drove up the yard. This vehicle actually hit the barriers, drove through the barriers, and he actually caught the back of a contractor vehicle. So it actually hit a vehicle. Sometimes physical abuse, bottles of urine thrown at us. She punched our guy, all on camera. It's horrendous, yeah.
At the moment, it would appear that anybody that's working on the road in a high-vis jacket is a legitimate target.
They're on the front line. They're the only people that drivers and road users can speak to or vent their frustration to. The people that they really should be addressing their concerns with are behind walls and behind websites. So our frontline teams can often bear the brunt of that frustration quite wrongly.
We had somebody join our industry from a very senior HR level, and she joined one of the larger companies as the chief operating officer. Because she wanted to get integrated, she went out with an ordinary work crew working on site, and she was horrendously abused. The foreman that was working with her turned around and said, "Don't worry about it, you'll get used to it, it happens every day."
Until it's either criminalised or there's higher penalties for doing it, the public, some members of the public will consider it's acceptable.
I don't think any form of abuse is consistently reported.
No, I think unfortunately our workforce has come to think or feel that it's just part of the job, and we have to work very hard now as an industry to re-engage them.
People need to go home safely to their families, not bear the brunt of something that isn't their fault.
The perception, and they're right, is that nothing happens. There's absolutely no point reporting it.
When you go to your next safety stand down, unfortunately nothing happened. What's the point in reporting it them? You get a lot of abuse from people who just don't understand. All they see is someone in high-vis clothing stood at a gate or a road cone, or, you know, and they think what a waste of money and what they're doing.
Drivers and road users are just more frustrated generally with conditions of the roads, and they take that out on the people that they see there. They're on the front line.
It happens every day, and that's the general attitude, that it happens every day. Unless there's physical violence and somebody needs to take time off work where they've been physically abused, most of that's not reported either.
It's not a part of their job. They should not accept the risk of being abused when they go to work in the morning.
We can only do what we can. We're not security guards, we're not police. That's what needs to happen, is people need to be prosecuted, and it's not there.
There has to be a strict penalty for abuse of road workers. It's dreadful what goes on. Make it a crime. I do genuinely believe that.
Right at the cusp of beginning again.
RAISE is an acronym for the Road Worker Abuse and Incursion Safety Exchange, and it's an exchange of data basically between all of the organisations within our industry, and it's just sharing that knowledge rather than having lots of organisations trying to solve the same problem but in a different way. It's a collective agreement that we're all going to come together and solve this problem.
We have to keep reporting, we have to have a cultural change, and we must act.
The campaigns are there. The more near misses, the more safety observations we can get around. The campaign gets strengthened. It's brought up in every client-based meeting we go to, you get it both ways. We've got a job which has been on for 3 years. The locals bring out tea and coffee every day and have them for best part of 2.5 years.
We can start building a heat map to figure out our hotspot areas. If you think about the police, they hold crime data, they know where their hotspot areas are, they know where they need to have targeted patrols or increased visibility. We actually have no idea of what's going on. We need to start sharing the knowledge across organisations.
I think it's going to be hard work, but we've got the right people in place, developing the tools to get it right.
With the Raise platform, this should change hearts and minds in this industry.
I'm so excited about the future and the potential that Raise has. It's all about just keeping people safe.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about.